Okay, let's get everything going. Make sure that we get ready for our journey. Make sure that I can hear myself, which is good. So let's see if we can't share the word a bit. Oh yeah, that's right, this one. There we go. And then get everything else taken care of. Get that all set up. Yeah, that looks good. Alright, there we go. It looks like everything's ready. A mimic appears on the screen. Thankfully, it's not a mimic that we have to kill. But yeah, for those who are familiar with the first main side challenges of this game, you might be familiar with the little chocobo with the big blue eyes. We helped this little thing out because its presence here has helped us to take on some of the most formidable opponents that the game has offered to us to this point. They were based around enemies that are focused and inspired by Final Fantasy V. Tonight, it's Final Fantasy VI's turn to have the spotlight, as we move on to the second round of Omega. So, with that in mind, greetings, people of the world. Matthew back with you here at Novaura Autism for our next live Final Fantasy XIV Stormblood stream as we prepare for Patch 2's main side challenge, the 5th through 8th levels of Omega. So we're here in Rolgar's Warrior of Light, Corinne Loren, and we're going to prepare to take on the challenges that are awaiting us. Just to give you guys a heads up, just prior to going on the air tonight, I did have the opportunity to trial run these challenges with Mathia, so this is not blind. I will have a remembrance to some sort of what I went through this evening, and hopefully I can apply that to the challenge that we are going to be taking on. Now, you might remember last time when we did this, we were, of course, were accompanied by Sid and Nero, and of course the little chocobo known as Alpha, as well as Midgard Somir. We were also accompanied by Biggs and Wedge, who offered to try and figure out more on Omega, and ended up getting hurt because of it, because Omega sent some random attackers after them. So, suffice it to say, we're out for revenge this evening. Hopefully, we'll be able to do just that and advance even further through Omega. So, let's get ready to do this. We need to speak with Jessie, the right-hand girl of Garland Ironworks for Sid. We'll speak with her to take on the challenge entitled Return to the Rift. Jessie greets you with a grave expression. Corinne, I'm glad you're here. In case you haven't heard, we've observed a huge surge of anomalous energy coming from beyond. I have a nasty feeling this means Omega's ready to go ahead with the next stage of its experiments. But Master Garland is on his way, so let's hear what he has to say. Yes, let's indeed do that. Meanwhile, hey there, Winter and Shinny. Welcome to the stream. Glad to have you with us. Care to share your thoughts on this, Chief? Hey there, Sid. And Nero. Our colleagues on the ground here have reported the appearance of mysterious floating structures inside the yawn. If you recall, we were investigating a similar anomaly when Alpha and Alta Reuter made their appearance. Omega certainly knows how to get our attention. I blush to recall the eagerness with which we plunged into the abyss, ignorant of the warped gladiatorial contest that awaited us within. But what a staggering collection of opponents, plucked from pages of both history and fiction for their ability to oppose a threat to Omega. And should you prevail against these interdimensional champions, what then should be your prize? Why, a battle against the most devastating weapon this world has ever seen. How marvelous. Yeah, and Sid just shrugs it off. He says with eyes of flame, "For once I wish you were being sarcastic." He's like, yeah, whatever. He always has had that ego issue. Anyway, the energy surge. Based upon our previous experience, it seems highly probable that it is our signal to rejoin the fray. Needless to say, it is an invitation we cannot refuse. Not when the alternative is Omega unleashing its creations on Eorzea. Well, Corinne, are you ready to answer the call? Indeed we are. Leave it to me. Well, I'm afraid Biggs and Wedge won't be answering any calls just yet. They're still mending from their ambush in the control center. Yes, of course. We'll just have to struggle on without them for the time being. Don't worry. Nero and I will see to it that you receive all the support you need. Defeat is not an option. Yeah, and of course, Alpha offers his support too. I do believe Alpha here agrees. Indeed he does. Oh, that reminds me. I've got something special for you, little fellow. Come with me. It's like, what? What do you have for our little chocobo friend? Yeah, it's like, what's this all about? Well, as we're about to see... Yeah, Jesse's outfitted Alpha in Garland Ironworks colors. Which I didn't even think was possible, but hey, he seems to like it. A custom-made Ironworks uniform. Oh, you do look smart, I must say. He is part of the expedition team after all, and considering the dangers lurking in that rift, it is only right that we give him some protective equipment. How very thoughtful of you, Jesse. And there I was thinking you were just sizing him up for a new range of merchandise. Unlike you, I can do two things at once. Like, what? Yeah, like, how dare you? And then we go over and say, I wish I had that uniform, or what about my protective equipment? Which I think will definitely go with the latter here. Yeah, where's my protective equipment? You are a famous hero who can afford her own gear. I'll bet you could buy a house for the cost of what you're wearing. Joking aside, I doubt even a fine uniform like ours will last long on you, what with all the fighting you get up to. We need to tailor something specific to your needs and make it out of far more durable materials. And by durable, I mean expensive. Saying that, if you were in a position to provide same materials, I'm sure our artisans would happily work day and night, all blissful smiles and sparkly eyes to make you something suitable. Fascinating though this discussion of Ironworks garmenture undoubtedly is, might our time not be better spent, say, travelling to the Yon? Omega awaits. Or at least we're all in agreement on that. But yeah, you can actually get the Garland Ironworks uniform through DLC in the Mog Station. That is actually something that you can get. So, we are going to head off to the Peering Stones, the closest location to the Yawn. And from there, we will have at it. Okay, so let's take a ride on my glowing horse. As dawn prepares to arrive here on the fringes, as we make our way back towards the frightening purple pool known as the Yawn. And as you can see, Sid has a light around him, which means combat is required before we can get the opportunity to fight these 4 special bosses. Alright, Sid. How inviting. I'm ready when you are, Kryn. Say the word, and we'll take the plunge. That's not an issue here. Right then, into the Yawn we go. Oh, hey there, Midgard Somir. I am with you, mortals, along with what scant wisdom I can provide. Alright. So, back into the Abyss. So yeah, splash back down into the crazy purple pool. And when we come around... Yeah, I think we're familiar with this place. Yeah, this is Omega's domain. In fact, this is, of course, the second version of it. Because, of course, we're in a different area altogether of the domain. Known as the Interdimensional Rift, as it said. Well, the rift seems much as it did before. And we appear to be mercifully solid. Ah, but I do detect some changes. If I'm not mistaken, there are fewer eggs floating in the aether. Indeed there are. Which tells you how many opponents we've defeated to this point. And we might remember this freaky thing as well. Welcome, Alpha Group. Your prompt arrival is appreciated. Yeah, we look at him intensely. Omega, toward seem your experiment continued in our absence. Affirmative. Progress has been satisfactory. Approximately 50% of the test subjects have been eliminated. Just 50%. Each test world hosts an ongoing contest wherein the strong eliminate the weak. The process is certain, conclusive, inevitable. Every result matches the predicted outcome. Every result except yours. Oh, and in the meantime, do these images cause you distress? Please examine them closely. Without suitable stimulation, you may not exceed your calculated probability of success. Your survival is crucial to my study. Through you, I must continue to explore the contradiction I have discovered in your otherwise impotent kind. The ability to triumph against overwhelming odds is one which I must acquire. Foolish machine! What hast thou to show for all the years that have passed since the culmination of our war? Naught save thy continued existence. Hast thou no thought for what befalleth thy home star? Your attempts to provoke me will not succeed. I will follow my programming. Fight, win, evolve. Then I will return to change in programming. Error. Accurate rendering of planetary label impossible in current node of communication. Terminating exchange and returning to priority experiment. Of course. Got his eyes set on me. And Alpha too. Alterations to equipment parameters detected. Recalculating projected combat capabilities. Complete. I will now commence recording your practical performance. Proceed, Alpha Group. Overcome the obstacles in your path and reach the end of the course constructed for you. And so away he goes. It seems we have all orders. Let's cut a path through the trough, then. Yeah. Hey, where'd you get those cards from there, Alpha? Those are some nice cards. Which means... one moment. Card, game, play... Play! You mean to play a part in proceedings this time? I'll take that as a yes. Of course that's what you meant. Well, we do have authorization to fight in this area of the rift, so I suppose there's nothing to stop you from joining us. Welcome aboard, Alpha. Even shakes his tail feathers, too. So we all ready to go? Time to take on this new challenge. The calm before the storm, as it were. Away we go. Yeah, there's no avoiding this evaluation. We've already had to go through one earlier. And actually, this one is decidedly easier. Yeah, it's got a barrier on it. We can't damage the thing. So what are we gonna do? Well, we're gonna have these cubes land over here. And they got some rumble to them. And they're bringing out these Sigma-scape rotors for us to contend with. Thankfully, these guys are not all that bad. Alright, they're gone. And we've successfully dealt with the level checker. Yeah, child's play. It's been a poor welcome thus far. And then Sid's like, stay on the task. Everyone has to warp before I can, for some reason. Okay, off to point 2. And we've been separated from the boys. Yeah, so now we have to converge ultimately. No, of course not there, Nero. You just had to bemoan our poor welcome. You can't blame a new employee for craving a challenge. Well, even one with your worldly experience there, Nero. And you'll see, yeah, more things keep coming. Which will make this more challenging. But not really, because this is actually not all that bad. The enemies will, for the most part, aggro on you anyway. So yeah, this one isn't all that bad. And their health isn't much of a worry either, especially since I was at max item level prior to attempting this new patch in 4.2, or what could be considered as close to it for the time. No sign of thy companions, fight on, which means seeing more blocks arriving. In fact, there are 6 of them. But yeah. Alpha to the rescue! But these things are still glowing. Just waiting stuff to do, and we have now a cutscene. Thanks to Alpha's little tactic, but we still have a cube and a few more burning and glowing. Right, are we ready to... Oh, apparently not. So the boys have caught back up with this. Yeah, this time the glasses are off. Fortunately for you, I came prepared for the occasion. What a perfect opportunity to field test my latest creation. Oh, and what did you create, per se? Yeah, just watch. Coming from the heavens. If you're familiar with Final Fantasy XIV's Praetorium, you know that this is the armor and mallet that Nero wielded. Behold, the Mark 18 Iron Nero, complete with a new and improved Mighty Mjolnir gunhammer. And he's gonna use it not on us. Step aside, Garland, and bear witness to the devastation. And Sid's like, whatever, just do it. Whatever gets us through these freaky burning cubes faster. But they have to show themselves first. And we're off and running. The big challenge here is trying to maintain target on the enemies and not the NPCs because there are so many of them. Oh, whoa, well, that was a crazy push. But yeah, these things are definitely all over the place. In fact, what I should be doing, and I thought about doing this during my test run, just spam AoE. Because yeah, Dragoons may not have much AoE, but we do have it. Yeah, they're all dying off, which is exactly what we're looking for. So now we get to advance. Now we got more burning cubes. They're not burning just yet, but they will be. Alpha takes out a card. Wow, look at all these level checkers. Heart of the cards for the win! Heart of the cards for the win. Yeah, just get rid of all these rotors and their friends. Alright, past that, moving on to the next area. Yeah, I did say this is easier than what we had to deal with in the original prologue, but now we get to deal with an actual boss from Final Fantasy VI in Dataluma, who made his presence in Zozo, the town of thieves. He was the boss that you had to fight in order to get access to Terra, who at this point had transformed into her Esper form. And so it's her, or it's him rather, this freaky monk that we have to take out, and if we want to get ourselves a crack at the actual bosses of this Omega level 5 village. And so far, it's not a fair fight. Try as you might there, Dataluma, but you're not having much luck. In fact, you're out of fit. You're out of luck completely. And victory is ours. There we go. That seems to be the end of them, and the path as well. Yeah, and unfortunately for Nero's return to his Guardian armor, yeah, he's lost his powers. As far as operational duration goes, that was pushing the limit. Still, it should suffice. Hey there, Ichigo, welcome to the stream, glad to have you with us. Yeah, take this. In between scrambling to stay out of the way of Nero's new toy, I found myself wondering about that card you used, Alpha. Care to explain? Do what you gotta do there, man. He boasteth that it is but one of many tools at his disposal. Be not deceived by his appearance. Like all of Omega's creations, Alpha was chosen for his prowess in battle. That a fact. Analysis complete. Yeah, hi again, Omega. Yeah, we know you're ever watching us. Results match revised projections. At this rate of improvement, you will fail to qualify as subjects of note. Midgard Solmir, your parameters are notably inferior. Oh, is that so? Meanwhile, we welcome a new viewer to the channel, Ronald McDildo. Welcome to Let's Play Novaura Autism. Glad to have you with us this evening. Interesting name you got there. It's Autism is my city, like is that the actual name of where you live? Or is that just an expression? Dost thou yet believe me, the mighty worm I was in life? That incarnation perished long ago. My fate was sealed the moment I delivered my spawn unto this far-flung star. That they might be suffered to remain, I did offer up my life unto Heidelin, abiding thenceforth in spectral form, a servant to be summoned in her hour of need. Your account correlates with my records. It explains why I arrived on this planet only to find that my journey's purpose was lost. Of necessity, my priority shifted to repairs even as I searched for a new target of sufficient strength. Yet I still do not understand why you aid these creatures. You'll never understand. It's beyond your comprehension. I think the reason plain, but mayhap 'tis not so for a soulless machine such as thee. By thee and thine was my home laid waste. The sound of thee, thy very scent, visiteth upon me a tempest of rage. I but lend these mortals what little aid I can render. Well, illogical. If your purpose is to facilitate my destruction, it would require an entity more powerful than you were at your prime. Without the means to muster such might, your presence here is meaningless. Hey Jess, welcome to the stream. Glad to have you with us. The experiment continues. Alpha Group, your next opponent awaits you within the Sigmascape. Enter and commence the contest. Will do. So yeah, drop that down so that we can make use of it. So yeah, we got our base of operations now set up over here, so let's go ahead and speak with Neo to complete the current challenge. That should do it. Our new base of operations is up and running. Now what I'd really like to do is delve a little deeper into Omega's past, but as our dragon seems disinclined to indulge my curiosity, we had best focus on the task at hand. Let's get on with conquering the occupants of this Sigmascape, shall we? Indeed we shall, so let's go ahead and take our reward of 2,174 gil. Stand strong and unified! And so there we go, our first successful clear. Well, of course, technically it's not just the first clear because, of course, we're in the prologue, but now we are going to be doing the second round of challenges that are associated with doing Omega. Let's get everything set up so we can do just that. Alright. So, Omega 5 awaits us, aka Sigma 1, so let's go ahead and speak with Sid for the next challenge entitled No Slowing Down. Sid is ready to discuss your foray into the Sigmascape. Before you cross the threshold, we should take a moment to discuss where we stand. Go on. That is the test world you need to conquer, the Sigmascape. Is that a mask or a face? The castle is certainly a surprise, but this is verging on disturbing. And we currently have no idea what it might signify. My first instinct is to dive straight into our analysis. The problem being that without a reference point from within the Sigmascape to start from, we'll have no way of knowing if we're even analyzing the correct data. Which means you'll just have to go in blind. Hardly the best way to enter a fight, but needs must and all that. Are you up for the challenge? I believe I am. Can I ask you to join her, Alpha? We seem to be fine out here, but Corinne will need your authorization if she's to do battle inside the test world. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Keep your wits about you, Savior. Your next opponent can be almost anything. Well, it kind of is there, Jess. It kind of is. Alright, let's go over and speak with Alpha. There's a couple of quays will give us access to Sigmascape version 1.0. So, yeah, let's go ahead and start getting ourselves ready to do just that. Before we do, though, I need to go get myself a drink of water because, yeah, my throat is starting to act up on me again, which seems to be happening a lot these days in streams. Maybe it's just because of the fact that I'm getting older or something. Anyway, I'll be back in a moment, and then we'll go ahead and take on the first Sigmascape level. Okay, back. Let's go ahead and access SigmaScape version 1.0. So while that's loading, just gonna ask you guys what you... Oh, well, didn't need to even wait that long. I'll ask the question after we're done with this challenge. All we need is for DPS number 4 to show up and we're good. There it is, and here we go. Alright. And so, we've arrived. On a train. Yeah, we're on a train? Yeah, but this isn't just any train. This train has quite a bit of significance in the story of Final Fantasy VI. As we take a ride on the caboose. But, yeah, it's not the only train that's here. Corinne, we've located the direct data. The opponent to be a train? Here it comes! Yeah, here it comes, alright. This is the... We're going to be confronting the iconic Phantom Train from Final Fantasy VI, which Cyan and Sabin took a ride on after Cyan saw the spirits of his dead family on board. Yeah, we have to dismantle this thing, but we're not running from the train like the two of them did back when. Nope, thankfully we get to be on the luxury of actually being on another train to fight the Phantom Train. All we're needing to do is wait on the monk to send us on our way and we can get started. In the meantime, I should probably get myself set up with some food, but I don't have that much good food available. Guess I'll have to settle for a pair of F steaks. And away we go. Confronting the Phantom Train. Yeah. This thing likes to do a lot of AoE up the middle, so make sure to avoid it as best you can. But he also likes to use some wave AoE too. And of course, when that happens, you just gotta make a break for it. Because yeah, of course, the closer you are to that, the closer you are to death. Which is sadly what happened to the samurai here. Yeah, we just gotta make sure we can do as much as we can to, yeah, that data suggests extraordinary purification properties. Oh, I might want to run, actually. Because, yeah, it's a group AoE. Didn't quite get there in time to share the damage, though. Yeah, apparently someone's macro for that was pretty hilarious, actually. Oh, I'm being targeted again? Yes, I am. See, I have to give up my tether. Yeah, sadly I have to give up my tether there. Alright, here we go again. Yeah, I'm getting targeted more already, and we're only just getting started on this. Wow, I am getting a lot of targeting. Yeah, I gotta get that diabolic wind away from the group. Now we're gonna have Ghost in play. Now these ones, we can avoid them, but there are some that we cannot avoid. But we'll show that off as the fight continues to progress. When those two people are targeted, they have to take that AoE wave, those AoE waves as far away as they can, so that we don't end up suffering the price. And unfortunately for the tank there, he did not notice it was on him until it was too late. Now we'll have to deal with Acid Rain as the leaves us for now, but we're not done. Because now we have a train running alongside us. Yeah, thankfully I have just a thing to deal with these ads. Yeah, thankfully I do have something like that. Yeah, kind of flirting with disaster a bit. And now once we've taken care of that, we can launch ourselves up onto here. Now we're on the train itself. And we have to get ourselves up to the engine, because we have to deal with the chimney. And get ourselves up right up and just smash this chimney. I don't believe you actually destroyed the chimney in Final Fantasy VI. But now it's getting foggy, and now here is where we actually want to touch a ghost. Here's where we actually want to touch a ghost because, yeah, the mist actually is poisonous for us. So we need to get out of the mist and confront a ghost on a car. So each player gets their own ghost. And once the ghost is defeated, you're free to go back to the main train. So just need to take this ghost out as quickly as we can. There we go. Touch the stream, the ethereal stream, and we are free to go. Right now we gotta wait for the train to return. Gotta wait for the train to come back. And now we can resume inflicting damage. Yeah. What do you guys think of this so far? I mean, it certainly is a far cry from the Final Fantasy VI version. I mean, for starters, it's a lot stronger, and I've been targeted again. Which means I actually do want to run to... When you get the purple tether, in that instance, you want to run to the train. You want to run to the ghost that's attacking you. Yeah, in that instance, you don't want to avoid it. You want to confront it. Yeah, just do everything you can to get yourself free, and you're okay to go back. But yeah, as you can see, ghosts are still very much on the prowl. Oh, crap! Well, I guess crashing like that kind of did me a favor. Oh, taking unnecessary damage, taking unnecessary damage. Alright, now I guess we'll continue from this side. Oh, crap, I gotta get away! Yeah, I can't share damage. Oh, and you're coming with me. That is a bad idea. Alright, run, run, run. Yeah, that could have gone very badly. Thankfully it didn't. Yeah, thankfully we survived that particular ordeal. Yeah, because during my test run, I had that specific target on me, and I ran with someone else. I was able to make it okay, but that person didn't, and they died. Oh, I'm being targeted again. I'm getting targeted with light, though. But as I said, like I said before, this is easier compared to what we dealt with in the Delta Escape 1 through 4. Now, so far this has proven to be much easier. And of course, that is taking into account that I have given the field time to practice this, so that I know that I'm running with a good group of people. Alright. Oh, someone hit the limit break before I could, but that's okay because we need it done. I need to run away from the group. And I need to rejoin the group. So yeah, we're almost done. Now this phantom train is about to run off the rails. And there it is. Eight games and over 20 years later, but this train has still gotten dismantled. And we just rode the crazy train to victory. Yeah, I'm going off the rails on a crazy train. So rewards in this place are just like they are in the Deltascape. They're of similar style, and depending on what level you're on, you will get different types of things that you can roll for. But yeah, I got the chain by default, so yep, that's taken care of. But before we can leave this train, remember Cyan's family who I mentioned? Traveler from afar, thank you for Doma. Yeah, that is Cyan's wife Elaine and son Owain. Sadly, when we look upon them again, they are nowhere to be seen. Yep, their spirit's gone to who knows where. Yeah, it's time to get off the train and talk to Sid to let him know that we're done. Thank the gods you're fast on your feet. When I first saw you be facing a train of all things, I assumed I was hallucinating. But with that illness behind us, we can be fairly certain we have the right set of data for the Sigmascape. From what we've been able to determine, this is a recreation of a devastated world. Unfortunately, we have not found any clues as to its origin. We came across several familiar terms, Doma included, but the arc of history is inconsistent with our own. Given that Omega draws from realms which could be fictional, or even other dimensional, we can only guess at the source upon which the Sigmascape is based. But if it was fictional, it's safe to assume that the author had a bad experience with a train. I'm sure he did. But in any event, we'll go ahead and take our 4,252 gil for taking the Phantom train off the rails. Stand strong and unified! And there we go. We have our first success. So, as I was going to ask you guys, I don't know how many of you are watching, but what's been your take on the first week of the Winter Olympics to this point? I don't know if any of you guys are watching the Winter Olympics, especially since for the large majority of us, they're taking place over 12 hours ahead of us. And it's going to be that way for the next two Olympics after this one, but I've been catching the games when I can, and on top of that, I've been keeping track of them in the mornings and the evenings before I go to work and before I go to bed. And so far, I've certainly been impressed and certainly surprised by some of the results. Not the least of which includes the team that's quote-unquote from Russia, who's of course the team that did go to the Winter Olympics, that was available to go because they did not involve themselves in doping. Yet surprisingly, after a full week of competition at the Olympic Games to this point, that Russian team doesn't even have a gold medal yet. They have a whole bunch of bronzes, but not a single gold. Which I figured, yeah, they may be from Russia, but they should have still at least won a few gold medals by now. But no, that has not been the case at all. Of course, they got stripped of a lot of their medals from 4 years ago when they were hosting the Winter Olympics because of doping. So, yeah, I wonder what Tham's take is on the Russian team at the Winter Olympics this year, given that he is a native of Russia. Like, is it something that he's discussed over the course of the time that the games have been going on? Plus, of course, on top of that, there's also the Korean women's hockey team, which is made up of players from both South and North Korea. And a member of each of those countries got to be part of the final leg of the torch relay at the opening ceremonies, which was really amazing and awesome to see. It was really cool to see that. But yeah, there have been a lot of good and crazy surprises with these Winter Olympics so far. And if it's an indication and a sign of things to come, who knows what will happen 2 years from now when the Summer Olympics take place in Tokyo. What I'm hoping is that because since Skyla is on vacation in Japan right now, what I'm really hoping is, and she's visiting her relatives by the way, what I'm really hoping is that 2 years from now in Tokyo, when the Summer Olympics take place, that her relatives who flew her out there will fly both her and me out there to be together during the duration of the games, and we can watch the events together. So it's very cool that I'd like to get to see that. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Winter. Well, wouldn't it make sense to, like, honor your grandparents' love of the Olympics by having an interest in it yourself? I just ask out of curiosity, that's all. But yeah, I thought it's going on. Thought it would be a good idea to ask you guys about it. Okay, so let's now move on to our next challenge by speaking with Sid to take on an unfinished masterpiece. Sid wishes to discuss your next opponent. Hey there, Alpha. I expect you're still recovering from your last fight, but we should probably go over the details of your next opponent all the same. According to our research, you'll be pitted up against a foe known as Chadonuk. Not trained this time, but some manner of animated painting. To be perfectly clear, the name refers more to the evil spirit that's taken up residence within the picture, but the picture part will be key to our strategy. To that end, Nero has thrown together a little something I thought might be useful. Well, he did this before back in Delta version 2.0, so what's he giving us this time? Oh, yeah, I was wondering where he was. There he is. Yeah, over here there, Nero. We're trying to get your attention. Thrown together, he says. Do you know how difficult it was to translate your abstract fancy into an actual tool with practical applications? What you demanded was nothing less than a miracle, and a miracle I have delivered. I seem to recall you insisting on constructing yourself. Still, credit where credit's due. Well done. Is that all you can do there, Nero? History will appreciate my genius. Yeah, still taking a while to get to that point, though. To you, I present the fruits of my labor, the Chocobo brush. I won't confuse you by trying to explain how it works, but suffice it to say that I have adopted the tool to combat the peculiar nature of your rival. Put simply, you will be able to directly influence the space around you by painting pictures. Naturally, this process will require paint. As for the color, subject, and efficacy of your masterpieces, well, that shall depend entirely upon your own artistic sense. Now back to you, Garland. Do you notice the absence of a steaming cup in my hand? If you truly value the efforts of your colleagues, you might consider filling the bloody kettle from time to time. Or is that another task that his lordship the chief can't accomplish without the help of his subordinates? Ouch. Now listen here, Nero, I apologize for the damn kettle, but this has nothing to do with my upbringing. When did we bring your upbringing into this? But yeah. While they're quarreling, yeah, Alpha knows exactly what to do and where to go. Yeah, over here, Corinne. Come this way, and we shall continue on with the story. Yeah, come on there. Let me get around. Alright, Alpha. Next to the kettle is one of Alpha's cards. Its face illuminated with a depiction of spring water. So yeah, that actually will be kind of relevant to what we're going to be doing as we get ready to access Sigma version 2.0. Alright. Let's go ahead and open it up. Oh, sorry to hear that, Winter. Well, we did win. Canada did win gold in the team competition. And the pairs did win a bronze. So yeah, we have been succeeding at figure skating. Unfortunately, Patrick Chan did pretty badly though, so yeah, and it was his last Olympics too, but at least he gets a gold medal thanks to the team event. And I guess it also didn't help that you were starting to lose your vision at some point either. Gotta keep waiting. Okay, now just waiting on a healer. You know, too many people take on that mindset when someone they know passes away, Winter. It's not exactly healthy. So off we go to Sigma Skate version 2.0. Yeah, what a splendid atelier. Look around you, hero. Plenty of things in which to dip that brush. Yes, indeed. So those familiar with Final Fantasy VI will know of the lady that emerges from the painting. But of course, she's not alone. Yeah, make us whole and let us combat this young lady and the demon that inhabits her. Alright, so we're not the girl. Yeah, I've claimed the girl in the picture, she's mine, you can't have her. Which is why she's disappearing in there. And this thing is coming to combat us. Now we can get started on fighting. And thankfully I have a fellow Dragoon who I can run alongside. Yeah, we're gonna share the Dragon Gaze together. And whoa, 15,000 points! Wow, I'm getting a lot of crit hit damage. I'm getting a lot of crit hit damage right away. Oh, I need to come over here and hit this. Yeah, whenever he does possession, we all need to touch the painting that's on the ground in order to protect ourselves from that. Yeah, each of the paintings that he goes after will each have their own things that you need to respond to. I was about to say, where's the main tank facing? I was about to say, something does not look right with this picture. No pun intended. Alright, what's he possessing next? He's going this way, so we have to jump on here and take one of these. So that we can't do anything. There are some things that you can change into that can allow you to engage in combat. But yeah, we were just trying to keep ourselves in the air there so that we didn't take ground-based damage. Yeah, look out, my brother! Now Shadow Nook's gonna howl for us. Baby, I'm howling for you. Which was also a very easy choice for the name of my 2017 Old Saints Wake episode. I mean, it made sense. It made sense to use that as the title. Alright, where is his next target? He is going to this direction. So we need to put a boulder there. Yeah, if you're familiar with the Labyrinth of the Ancients, you'll know that this is something that you need to hide behind in order to avoid the King Behemoth's ult. It serves a similar purpose here. Once that's done, move on. My brother, I'll help you again. Oh, wait a minute. I was about to say, which way is he facing? I was about to say, something does not look right with this. Again. Now, have a little love on me, guys. Turn that over. Oh, he got away. It's gonna get him regardless. He's going over this way. Which means we now got to turn into Typhon. Or rather, ride Typhon. And with Typhon, you can actually inflict damage. It looks like we're fine now, so... Yep, we're moving on. And easterly, huh? Now, it should be those things over there, but yeah, no point in damaging those. Just avoid the AoE. Am I targeted with the Monocane? I am not. I have not been targeted with... I was not targeted with that during my problem with Mathia. Oh, group. Gotta share a hug at this point in time. We gotta share the love. Okay, gotta keep it going. Alright, we've already gotten down to half health. Alright, now he's gonna start choosing multiple paintings. So now we have to target two things at once. So yeah, we avoid the burns there, and then the boulder keeps us safe. Yeah, you'll realize how easy of a fight this actually is. Yeah, this is actually a surprisingly easy fight. I would go so far as to say it is the easiest of the four. And he's getting it all out there is Shadow Nook. He's not leaving anything to chance. Yeah, we are definitely getting a lot of crit hits, and I'm happy with that. Alright, where are you going next? I guess I could go over here. Okay, what's he doing? Well, unfortunately, I took damage there. Yeah, I was wondering about that during my run with Mathia earlier, and I was thinking, why did I take damage in that situation? Well, I guess I've just realized it now that you have to touch both paintings. You have to get the water damage taken away, and you need to be in an Air Force machine. So yeah, it's something to think about. For some reason, I'm dead. It's the 2,650 MP casting Resurrect. Now, I don't know what killed me there, but I'm not happy about that, obviously. Yeah, not sure what killed me there. Like, I was pretty much standing with everyone else. And where's he going? He's doing this again. Okay, so yeah, I had to do that in order to avoid the impending fire damage. And then step behind Boulder in order to not take its damage. Yeah, I guess it simply comes down to a fact of you need to touch both things when you're in that situation when Charter targets both of the target's multiple paintings. But yeah, as you can see, like, he's almost dead. We have done a very good job of taking it to this guy. Once he's at 10%, I will push for a limit break. Unless my brother wants to take it himself. Alright, let's give it a go. Which paintings is he taking? He's taking that one. He's also coming over here. Gotta get the increased water resistance. And then wait for him to do that. Now we can lay waste to him with the triple limit break. And pow! 250,000 points of damage. That, ladies and gentlemen, is how you get it done. And despite the random death, we're gonna get ourselves an easy victory over Chatternut. Only a matter of time. There we go. And there we go. Victory is ours, and his time of possessing paintings is over. It's a total whitewash. And in the meantime, hey there, Mira. Welcome to the stream. Glad to have you with us. Of course, I'll give my fellow Dragoon accommodation, because why not? Let's go ahead and play for these things. Oh, I got myself a battle. Alright. So let's be on our way. Of course, Dragoon swap accommodations. And back over to Sid. Let's talk with the man himself. Welcome back, Corinne. I was on the edge of my stool watching you attempt to paint whilst fighting, but you soon seemed to get the hang of it. I'm glad our makeshift solution worked as intended. Me too. Our makeshift solution worked as intended because I made it work. Painting is easy, as is intending. I feel I should remind you, however, that the brush was very specifically designed with that arena and that foe in mind. Against aught else, it will avail you precisely as well as any other brush. Yeah, I guess so. Oh, hold on. One moment. This is Garland. That's great news, and... Oh, they did they? Understood, we'll meet them out there. Yeah, what's going on? That was Jesse. Apparently Biggs and Wedge considered themselves well enough to pay us a visit. They're on their way to the Yonne. Fancy a brief jaunt to the surface? Sounds like a plan to me. No, thank you. I have data to analyze. Fine. Just the three of us, then. I guess so. Oh, well done there, Mira. So, temporary trip back outside. Yeah, there's Biggs, and it'll be him who we speak to complete this challenge, and of course Wedge is with him. Chief, Corinne, and Alpha too. We didn't mean to drag you all the way from your work. Nonsense, after all you've been through, how could we not come running? Speaking of which, should you even be walking? The courage and Napoli won't have our words with us later, but we can't just lie back and let you brave the rift on your own. Do you even have enough hands for that much work? Who's gonna take care of all the little jobs? Oh yes, the little jobs. It does. You have spoiled me. I only recently learned that the kettle does not in fact fill itself, but we're muddling along somehow. Corinne has been a pillar of strength as always. Alpha has proven to be a stalwart companion, and Nero has been invaluable and insufferable in equal measure. As for the test subjects themselves, they're certainly formidable, but Omega's experiment has broken us yet. So go home, heal, and don't come back until you've fully recovered. Yeah. It's good to hear that everything is going well, but you can call us the moment anything goes wrong. We'll be out here on the rink even if we have to crawl. Don't push yourselves too much. Listen to me, Alpha. That uniform you're wearing makes you an official employee of Garland Ironworks. That means you can call on us whenever you're in trouble, and that we can call on you. It means you're not alone. Biggs and I have to go away for a while, so I want you to look out for Corinne and the Chief for us, alright? Ah, so cute. Yeah, it's good to see that you two are at the very least up and about. Oh, before I forget, we brought you something to put a spring in your step. You can't fight Omega's creations on fuel rations alone. In fact, it'll be Biggs who gives us our choice of a prize of 2 different items. 2 of either a grade 2 fusion of strength, dexterity, vitality, intelligence, or mind. But since we're playing as the Dragoon and strength is our primary attribute, that is what we'll be using. Stand strong and unified! But we cannot bid this quest farewell just yet, because meanwhile, back in the Rift... now what have we... This next one seems strong, but exhibits no other notable traits. How dull. The true challenge is this 4th opponent, but if I can find the patterns hidden in the chaos, then knowledge and reason will prevail. For even the most random actions are products of an underlying logic. One has but to isolate the behavioral triggers. And apparently he doesn't like what he's drinking. Ugh, tastes like salt water. Why would... Yeah, salt water. The kettle. Oh, I need to take a closer look at that card. So yeah, I guess he's not going to be drinking anything for a while. But in the meantime... Alpha Group shows signs of recovering from recent trauma, initiating action to maintain desirable stress levels. This can't be good. Yeah, don't look around or behind you, Nero. Because, yeah. Yeah, what happened to him? Well, we're gonna have to move on to the next quest to find out. Yeah, you won't get any complaints from me on that either, primarily due to the fact that, yeah, I don't want to spend money on level jumping. Like, last week, before the new DLC on Mog Station became available, I actually helped Skyla create a new healer for the game, and I actually spent her skip the story. She wanted to do it for her birthday because it was earlier this week, but once the new DLC came out and she saw what was available, she actually had a sudden feeling of buyer's remorse, and that was also put on me as well. So yeah, that was definitely not something that I wanted to be experiencing just days after wanting to help Skyla create this new healer character for herself and expedite it directly to Stormblood. But yeah, I also agree with you on that point there, Jess. And the only way I would really want to continue doing Palace of the Dead would be to see it all the way to floor 200 and beyond, because I know that Stormblood introduced levels beyond 200. But that would be the only reason why I would consider doing that. Yeah, kind of got to clear my throat here. Alright. I think we're fine. I think we're fine. So now let's move on to our third challenge by speaking with Wedge for the challenge entitled Won't Let You Pass. Wedge is standing by to see you off. Alpha and the Chief have already gone back in, but don't let us keep you. Our colleague over there should be glad to help you make the descent as soon as you're ready. This dreadful experiment may have a way to go yet, but if you keep taking it one battle at a time, you'll be fighting Omega before you... I mean, it'll all be over before you know it. Well, we kind of believe that we're going to be confronting Omega at the end of all this. Of that I have no doubt. Hey there, sir. Can I lower you into the rift, madam? I may not use in battle, but I can at least do you this small service. Yes, by all means. Oh, it is? How come I heard about there being an expansion to it? Well, anyway, it turns out we were speaking with Nero next. Yeah, you okay there, dude? Oh, back all you? We should return to the task at hand. Everything alright in you though? You look a bit green around the gills. That kettle was full of salt water. Not the best stuff to brew coffee with, it turns out. Really? Well, it wasn't my doing. Oh, of course not. That would involve you filling it. The water came from Alpha, created by one of those cards of his. It was very thoughtful of him to make the effort, but next time I'd prefer a beverage that didn't leave me feeling ill. In any case, you can handle support for this third battle on your own. I want to begin preparations for the fourth. Fair enough. Right, Kryn, your next foe is known simply as the Guardian. Unlike that ordeal with Shadownook, this battle promises to be relatively straightforward. Courage and steel should be enough to win you the day. Well, let's hope you're right about that. Let's go ahead and speak with Alpha to have him let us in. Yeah, no fancy tricks this time around. Yeah, Alpha seems concerned about Nero. Well, obviously we got to see it for ourselves, but of course the characters themselves don't know it yet. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was wondering, like, I could have sworn I heard something about an expansion of the Palace of the Dead. Turns out that's not quite what it is. Oh, is that the thing that follows Rabanast through their winter? Well, you must not have your limits if you already have so many warrior classes at level 70. And it looks like we've got the go-ahead. So just confirm it for us. Well, it says reserving server, and we have 8 people in position. Also, I just noticed the... Oh, it's just the rings. I was wondering, like, that looks weird. But I just realized that's part of the scenery. It's the rings that are encircling this place. Alright, there we go. Oh, okay. Just waiting on 2 healers. There's one. Just need the other. Hopefully. I don't think we're gonna get it. No, I don't think it's gonna happen. Yep. Gotta keep waiting. Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're right. I was just thinking like maybe it's an extension of another area that's separate from that. Now I just need 2 tanks to show up. Come on, tanks. Then again, I still because yeah, we got let down by healer already. I should probably point this out as well. That tank has been there since I did Matthias' test run earlier. He's been there this entire time. He has not moved from that position at all, and he hasn't been recognized as being AFK either. He's just been there this entire time. Alright. Hopefully we'll get what we need this time around. We do. Alright. Let's do this. So off we go to the environment that served as the Imperial capital in Final Fantasy VI. Yeah, these people look familiar. And so does this thing now. The Guardian will transition between a host of different combat programs. Try to keep track of which does what. Yeah. Put us in. We're ready to go. Let's see what this Guardian can do. I'm all set to unleash myself upon this thing. Yeah, send us in there. We're ready to go. Here, monkey can have my power. I'm gonna share with you. But Guardian, do not share that Magitech ray right point blank in my face. Yeah, but for the love of God, please do not do that. Gotta get some distance. Because yeah, that'll hurt the person not only who's been targeted, but anyone who's standing too close also. So now, the Guardian's going to start loading a program. We won't know what he's loaded until he's got it out there. So he's running Air Force program. Ow. Yeah, he didn't move fast enough. And for that matter, that happened to half of our party. Yeah, we all suffered that fate. So now, all we have to do is just avoid getting hit by missiles that are coming over. They're coming from multiple directions, so we have to be wary of all the missiles. Which sadly did not happen to our lead tank, who's dead. Yeah, sadly the lead tank did not pick up on it and he's got his lights knocked out. Meanwhile, we're still taking some pretty good damage actually. Now the other tank is dead. Yeah, so far the tank's either not able to hold their own or just not familiar enough yet with the fight. It could be both. But now we have, once the program has been loaded, and once it's been completely utilized, the enemy that was serving as the inspiration to that particular thing and set of actions that the Guardian does comes out to fight you itself. So yeah, this will slow down the fight a bit, because you have to take on all these adds as the fight goes on, which can be annoying. Alright, so he's bringing out Dodaluma. Yeah, I'm not so easily knocked back by a shockwave. Yeah, you'll have to do better than that there, Guardian. Speaking of doing better than that, we need to run to a circle. Yeah, this is in tune with the battle against Zonde in Circus Tower, where that was the mechanic that you had to do, where everyone had to step into a circle to help out the party so that everyone would not die. Keep away from me, guys. I don't need anyone caught in friendly fire. Or in a crossfire, for that matter. Whoa! Yeah, and if you're a ranged character, you might want a focus target. Focus targeting might be a good idea in this fight. Oh, run! And he's bringing out Ultros now, at the cost of one of our healers now. Yeah, people are dying left and right in this fight. It will not surprise me if the triple limit break for the healer is acquired. Now we got to move away from this, so they can bring out his crazy tentacles and they can spray AoE. Primarily goes in the direction of the lead tank. Okay, so now he's flying up into the air, and now we have to fight Ultros. Just like we did back in the Dragons that could part the Hildebrand mysteries, but unlike the previous Ultros, this guy is actually quite a bit of a pushover. Oh, but just because it's a pushover does not mean that we're not immune from taking massive damage. Oh, hang on, guys. Hang on. Hang on. No! Din's was too late. And I believe we are going to have to start over. Well, this is going to be my first wipe, and thanks for at least for joining us, Winter. We'll see you again soon. Yeah, with so much chaos going on there at the same time, there was no way we could have ever been able to stop ourselves from getting nailed. Now, you might remember this mech from the Great Glue Ball Library. We're about to have ads that are brought in here because we didn't seal them in time because we had a lack of bodies to do it. So now we're pretty much sitting here. Yeah, the healer's trying their hardest to revive people, but to no avail. But yeah, we're gonna have to start over. Too many corpses on the field. Well, there's my first wipe. I have all the buffs on standby, though. Two, one, and go. Here there, kitty. I'll give you a hand. Oh, I got 13,000 for chaos thrust. That's awesome, actually. Yeah, that is impressive damage for chaos thrust. I don't think I've ever gotten damage that high before with it. I mean, that's normally about the critical damage I would expect out of true thrust. For what it's worth. Okay, he's gonna bring Ultros out. Yeah, as you might have guessed, what his actions are will be entirely random. And yeah, we just gotta try and avoid danger as much as we can. Go this way. Ooh, I might not have made it. No. Good thing almost forgot about that. Good thing I have second wind to help me out. We should expect Ultros on the scene. There he is. Oh, and we need to try and get as much separation from that as we can. Yeah, I think someone dropped it right on our heads before and not even knew what was going on the last time that happened. Take this. Yeah, keep bringing out that bacon soda. I thought I pressed that button. Yeah, controls lie to me. Who you bring out this time? You bring out that Illuma again, alright? Yeah, I throw myself right back into the fray. Gotta pick an orb. Keep the time going. Launch yourselves back in. Alright, back after Gataluma. Gotta be careful, because of course this guy's doing his thing at the same time. And I have aggro! For some inexplicable reason, I ended up picking up the aggro. Thankfully the Dark Knight, or the off-tank rather, realized this. What do you want next? Air Force. Should I get away from that? No, of course not. It's one of the disadvantages of being melee. Not being able to react fast enough to a situation like that. Alright, now we gotta try and avoid the missiles. Okay, so I'm fine on this side. Oh, there was shock. Okay, there were some that were going the other direction. They just were all on one side. And I'm like, where are they? Whoa! Alright, get back in. Alright, there we go. Oh. Yep, there we are. Where's the monk? There he is. Oh, gotta go after the Air Force. You only gotta chase him now. All the while keeping an eye on the Guardian. Got him out of the way. Alright, here's where teamwork is going to be essential. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Looks like we have a full seal. Alright, well done. Yes, indeed. Well said there. Bibliotap is out to fight, and he wants to really cast magic. Oh, and I am lucky I did not walk right into the magic tech ray from the Guardian. That is very fortunate indeed. Ooh, look out! Well, at least we're okay. And we got past that part, so... he's bringing back Autism. If all goes well, we should be fine. Oh, look out for that magic ray. He really seems to love it. Yeah, take a circle. And launch! Yeah, launch that one into the stratosphere. Put this back on you. Yeah, enjoying more diffractive plasma. Yeah, this has definitely been a much better run to this point. I mean, heck, if I was feeling really cocky, I would probably use the triple limit break now, but we need that in case things get really going awry. Oop, I'm gonna get hit again. Waning, okay, there we go. Yeah, now that time we did not bring out Dataluma. The Air Force eased out on the field. He can't make up his mind which way he wants to aim. Oh, but he does! Oh ho ho, that was so close. Alright, this is still flying though. Probably might want to avoid that and everything else that's coming. Yeah, I cannot avoid that forever. Oh, no, never mind. They're both quick enough to heal the tanks. Or raise them, rather. Yeah, maybe we'll get to use this triple limit break for its intended purpose after all. Who's next? The Bibliotap. Am I gonna get any help? Thank you. Like, am I all on my own on this? It's like, it's so conveniently close by. Yeah, it's so conveniently close by, who wouldn't want to use it? Get into the center. And then watch out! Okay, yeah, that is the better limit break to use in this situation since there are ads on the field. Well done. That was a good idea. Whoever did that, well done. Now I need to get back into rhythm again. Here's a little love from me to you guys as Ultra prepares to make his return. Get away from that ink. Yeah, get away from that ink, man. One last push from me to you there, monk. Oop, damn it. Ooh. Oh, I only got hit by one. That could have been ended so badly. That could have ended so badly. Unfortunately, we are not going to get the clear right away. Gotta run away from that. Alright, there we go. Now to finish off the Guardian. Get him out of here. Oh, I almost walked into that. But there'll be no more accidentally walking into stuff. This Guardian has been dismantled. Yeah, we chopped him down better than Groot got chopped down. Yeah, take that, Vin Diesel. Getting millions of dollars for only saying 3 words. Yeah, biggest scam in movie history. Have Vin Diesel say 1 line and then get paid millions of dollars for it. Yeah, once everyone else plays for the loots, we'll go ahead and see if we get anything out of it. And so, yeah, we got 3 clears. That means we only need 1 more. Yeah, just the crank is left. Like, 78's a decent number, but I don't think it's going to be it. Oh, I did get it. Alright. Oh, yeah, go ahead there, Winter, by all means. Yeah, if you want to, by all means, go ahead and do that. So, with that now taken care of, let's speak with Sid. Congratulations, old friend. Judging by the lack of smoking holes, I'd say you have a natural talent for avoiding laser beams. If only. And this is what passes for straightforward battle in here. Phantom trains, possessed pictures, and now this Magitech-like machine. Assuming it was real, the realm the Sigmascape is based on must have been highly advanced in both the arcane and the mechanical arts. 'Tis truly a pity we cannot identify the Tesla's origin. Imagine how much we might have learned from such a civilization, how to be encountered under different circumstances. Oh, trust me, Sid, you don't want to know. But now is not the time for such idle thoughts. The next battle will be last for this world, and Neo should have a strategy to share with us by now. I couldn't agree more, so we'll go ahead and take our 4,142 gil for our reward. Stand strong and unified! Alright, so that just leaves us with the grand finale, and trust me, ladies and gentlemen, oh boy, what a grand finale it'll be. Yes, it will certainly be a grand finale to remember, I can guarantee you that. You haven't had the chance to do so yet, this is certainly going to be one to remember. And if you thought X-Death was pretty astonishing to see at the end of the first set of Omega levels, you haven't seen anything yet. So, the final quest beginning will lie with Nero. Let's take his challenge entitled Test World of Ruin. Nero seems unusually anxious to move things along. Hey there, Alpha. This is it, the final battle to conquer the Sigmascape. Yeah, look at his face. It's not looking all that good there. Yeah, it's like he's got a really bad 5 o'clock shadow. We put together a profile of your next opponent. You've encountered some fantastical foes in here, but this time you'll have the novel experience of fighting an actual person. His name is Kefka, and he's a jester. That's right. The character that is probably regarded as the most famous final boss in Final Fantasy history will duel us in this round of Omega. According to the data, his preferred mode of fooling didn't just bring the house down, but the whole world. Apparently he found comedy in the tragedies of others and condemned countless thousands to death for his own amusement. That a jester should bring such misery. 'Tis almost amusing. Nevertheless, we must treat this villain with all seriousness. His rise to godhood and subsequent rule over a shattered world is clearly documented in the records. Kefka is a formidable mage and a cunning one besides. Your tactics must account for both his power and his trickery. You've been working on a solution, yes? Would it be enough? Will it be enough? Have you ever known me to do anything by halves? The Jester's face paint is a mask for his intent. If you only watch the surface, you'll be fighting at a disadvantage. To put it bluntly, Kefka will seek to deceive you. Even as you predict his actions and adjust your positions, his true attack will reveal the feint for what it was. This is where things become interesting. I have tuned this monitor to allow me to observe the Sigmascape with greater enhanced clarity. If I observe a discrepancy between Kefka's behavior and the impending attack, I will endeavor to warn you. The timing will be critical, of course. How confident are you of this strategy? Indeed. Well, it is Nero. I predict a 50% chance of success. Any delay, however slight, in reacting to his feints will render my warnings all but pointless. Isn't it exciting? There's no safe way to practice this hero. We must test our tactics on the field of battle. And as we look at him, yeah, we're all set to go. I'm afraid he's right. I'll lend you all the support I can from this side. Make what preparations you need and head into the Sigmascape. We can't let this jester have the last laugh. And Alpha's all ready to go as well. Embrace your destruction. It is the fate of all things. Where'd that come from, Nero? But people can always rebuild and new lives will always be born. A fragmented conversation that accompanied Kefka's data. His was the first line, but there was no mention of who uttered the reply. What do you say? You admire this villain, or in life there's always hope, or say nothing? Well, considering it is Nero, you admire this villain, don't you? Perhaps I admire the idea of upsetting the status quo. Go on, champion, I tire of waiting for the fun to begin. Do you now? Yeah, let's get down to business. Yeah, of course Alpha notices that something ain't right with Mr. Nero. But we won't know, they won't know the full extent of it until we speak with Alpha and complete the last challenge. And so now, it is available to us, and we're about to have ourselves a date with the infamous Kefka. So yeah, I hope you're ready. This is going to be quite an interesting little confrontation. So with all the trappings you would expect from confronting him in Final Fantasy VI. Well, not completely, but as much as you can within the context of what we'll be doing here in Final Fantasy XIV. And unlike Final Fantasy XIV, we'll have double the number of active party members out on the field. We'll have 8 as opposed to 4. Sadly though, Terra will not be one of them, unless someone in our party, by a stroke of luck, actually named their character Terra. But yeah, thanks so much for sharing that with us, Winter. Greatly appreciate it. And for the record, you can actually interact with this. And when you do, yeah, it just lets out a bit of steam. Yeah, by the way, there is also an exit point if you want to take a break, but we came here to finish this. Which is exactly what we are going to do. One thing I do like is the fact that they've shown the item level of the foodstuffs that you can eat, so it gives you an indication of what's better. And the fact that the higher item level foods take priority over the lower ones. Yeah, also as well, since this is going to be the last fight, what are your guys' thoughts on Jesse decking out Alpha in garb from Garland Ironworks? Right. The moment is here. Sigmascape version 4.0 and the last of the Omega battles, and there is Kefka. I wield the greatest power in existence. You may as well be the dirt on the bottom of my boots, or the dirt stuck to the bottom of that dirt. I will destroy everything. I will create a monument to non-existence. And he even has the classic Final Fantasy VI laugh as well. It's us against him. Yeah, he's ready to shoot us dead. Winks? I was not expecting to get a wink, but in any event. Yeah, we're not even waiting for the 10-second counter, we're just throwing ourselves right into him. So here it is, our final battle against Kefka. Oop, gotta get out of the way of this one. Yeah, he will be using things like this to trick you into thinking there are times when you should actually be within the AoE circle, and other times when you shouldn't, because there are instances where that does happen. And you need to be careful. If it's, of course, your first time or you're still unfamiliar with the fight, it's probably a good idea to use everyone else's movements as a guide. Like in this instance, no one's moving. We're going to absorb the move. And we're going to step on the carpet. And so now it's not taking long for Kefka to change the environment. and for the music to change as well. Because now we actually have the final boss music from Final Fantasy VI playing. You probably cannot hear it though, because there's so much going on that the music just gets drowned out. Thankfully able to survive that, and you can fall off here. That is something that can happen. That is something we have to be careful about. Gotta try and do our best to prevent that from happening. Alright, we have a group stack. Now we have to deal with the timely teleport, where when he teleports, the moment he shows up, he is going to do that. Yeah, now we have to avoid this next move, where he's gonna shove us back. That caught me off guard the first time, and I died from that when I was practicing with Messiah. Yeah, the giant statue over there in the distance, that's gaining a lot of power. So in this instance, we're trying to avoid stepping onto the carpet. Knock back there. There's a little love from you guys. And a little more pain for Kefka. Yeah, did you think we won? No, we just begun! So we want to come over here. Yeah, because sometimes he'll do that. Yeah, he has a whole bunch of tricks up his sleeve. He leaves nothing to chance in this fight. Take this. Okay, thankfully it was on the correct side again, and I want to take this away. But I also want to be on the carpet? Nope, not that time. I need to run over here so that I don't get blasted by... Oh, nope, he's not doing that. Okay, in my run with Messiah, he did not use Arrow Assault, the knockback ability, 2 times in a row. More often than not, he shot a laser. Alright, so yeah, this time we know to stay on this side of things. And we've already got Kefka past half health. Like this. Yeah, take this, Kefka. I really must insist you die! Why are you looking at me? You shouldn't be looking! Now this mech I was not sure on how to deal with before. And I still don't. Yeah, like, because I wasn't looking at him. Yeah, I'm really not sure how to contend with that particular mech as of yet. Yeah, he's doing everything he can to try and take us out. Not like Franz Ferdinand, mind you, but still. Alright, staying on the carpet. Alright, he's gonna go over this way. Oh, and he's not gonna do the knockback again. Yeah. Vast contrast from my trial run with Messiah, where whenever he teleported, it seemed like the only thing he wanted to do was shoot a... This time with Corinne, all he wants to do is use knockback. But hey, as long as we avoid that crap, it's all good. We're running. Yep, that worked. Sadly, couldn't save the bard, though. I am a few seconds away from getting this back. Oh, and yeah, the samurais decided we're doing so well, why waste the triple limit break? Instilling his full confidence that we will succeed. Alright, he's gonna warp away again. Comes over here. And again, it's knockback. Yeah, this could not be a more different fight against Kefka than my trial run. But like the other three enemies, you'll notice just how easy this is. I mean, even after 2 weeks only of it being around, like, this has not been that much of a challenge at all. Uh-oh. Yeah, I got killed by the flagrant fire rather than the other thing there, and... oh, will I be even on my feet at the end? Well, maybe. But yeah, the other healer should have been given priority, to be honest. Like, don't worry about me, you gotta kill Kefka! Cause yeah, see, I almost died again. Because they were trying to heal me. Alright, where are we standing? Staying on the carpet. Going for his time to teleport again. I believe I scored just as he was getting away. There's the laser! Right at the end! Yeah, there's the laser. It's his parting gift to us because we're about to win this fight. And Kefka is slain. I lost! How can I lose? I just can't believe it! Well, believe it. Yeah, take that, Heath Ledger! We have defeated you! And your statue of power goes crumbling down! And with that, the second series of Omega is finished. And look, it's a brand new day cause the sun's out. I'd definitely say that is worth our reward, whatever it may be, if we get any. I picked up another spring. But I can still play for the wind-up Kefka. Sadly, I did not get it. Doesn't matter because we're heading on out and taking our victory. And I even got accommodation for my trouble. Oh no, that's okay there, Winter. So upon our success... that's it, isn't it? She won! This contest has been decided. Alpha Group is victorious. The Sigma Escape test world will now be erased. Come on, we should go and find Corinne. Indeed, we must. Unfortunately. Yeah, remember what hit him earlier? Now he's out like a light. Nero? Yeah, go help him out. Talk to me, man. Are you hurt? You could say that. I had a visitor while you were attending your little Ironworks reunion. Yeah, look how purple his face is. Omega. Damn it, we should have never left you alone. Not after what happened to Biggs and Wedge. As if I would trail along behind you like some snivelling lapdog. No, I chose to remain, and behold the results. This was my victory. It was my ingenuity that defeated these foes. Even your precious warrior of light was just another variable in my grand experiments. Alright, Nero, save your strength. I'll fetch Kryn and Alpha and then we can get out of here. Garland. The next round is yours. But you can't keep holding back. It's time to unfetter that brilliant mind of yours. To do what must be done. And I'm not just talking about what becomes of Omega. You cannot preach freedom through technology and keep yourself locked up in chains. He grits his teeth. Like, so torn. Meanwhile... Yeah. Hey there, Alpha. Yep. Give me a high five. And Midgard Somia returns as well. Welcome back. Another battle won. Thy might knoweth no bounds, child of man. The Sigma escape has been terminated. Congratulations, Alpha Group. Congratulations, Corinne Loren. Yeah, we just beat another quartet of bad guys from the past that you brought to take us on. Consistent with previous performances, you have once more defeated a foe of vastly superior combat capabilities. I have constructed a theory to explain this phenomenon. Go on. In order to conserve life energy, you subconsciously limit your output during standard activity. I have taken this factor into account when calculating your potential, but judging by the wild fluctuation in values, is it possible your limits are exceeded by an unpredictably high degree when engaged in battle? What's the warning sounds? Current data unreliable. Accuracy of further experiments may be compromised. Recalculations necessary. You will exhibit your full potential unrestricted by self-imposed limits. What do you mean by that? Prediction. Placing subject in mortal peril will facilitate the collection of desired data. Like, what is he up to? Well, as we're about to find out, we're trapped. Yeah, he's entombed us, and it hurts badly. Yeah. Put us down! You freak! How dare you! Yeah, you can see the pain in her face. Reveal your power. Let me measure the extent of your existence. In precisely 180 seconds, I will terminate your life. You are to attempt to escape with every last reserve of strength you possess. 3 minutes? How are we gonna get out when we can't even move? Yeah, like, Alpha has a plan. turning into a frog for some reason. How's that gonna help? Yeah, he just bounces right off. Alpha, your participation is unnecessary. Do not interfere. Well, yeah, he's gonna interfere again and still fail. And ends up turning back into a chocobo. Yeah, he's trying to save our life here. Like, we're gonna die in less than 3 minutes. Curious. 'Twould seem the circumstances of thy birth taint not the purity of thy life. The seed which all mortals nurture is found within thee too, Alpha. As for thee, Omega, after the passing of eons, is this truly the extent of thine evolution? I have glimpsed the core of existence and judged that my guidance here is no longer. So you're just gonna leave us to die? Oh, great. You're stuck in this crystal and can't get out. But then Midgard Somir pulls a just kidding and transforms back into his original form. Like, what are you doing? Even I cannot fully bend the rules which govern this place. I have reached strength, I've reached beyond my strength at the last. But so be it. Such a death becometh thee not. Yeah, he's actually going to try and save us. By placing the crystal within his jaws and successfully breaking it. We're free to go. Yeah, Midgard Somir saves our life. Thanks, there, Midgard Somir. To slumber I shall be, take me for a time. The incarnation I leave with thee will be mine in form, but not in spirit. Like, oh no. Midgard Somir, again, your actions are incomprehensible. Heed me, empty vessel. Thine all too clumsy effort to draw out that which by thine own admission defieth thine understanding is the very height of folly. Temper thy desire, trust to the results of thine experiments, and when thou hast witnessed these mortals in the fullness of their glory, then mayest thou determine if the prize thou seekest is thine for the taking. So, he's gonna leave us for a while. Acknowledged. Attempt to artificially elicit potential has failed. Tend to your injuries, Alpha Group, and prepare for the next round of testing. So Midgard Somir saves us, but yeah, Alpha's kind of sad he couldn't save us either. Corinne, Alpha, I need your help. It's Nero, he's... Yeah. Well, he's trying to help out Nero. We have a sad little chocobo. It would seem we all have a tale to share. But not here. Come on, we're leaving. Yeah, good idea. I don't want to be entombed again with my life in peril for 3 minutes. So upon getting outside, let's go ahead and speak with the Ironworks hand. Madam, the chief has already departed for Norgar's Reach. A few of our people were on hand to help him transport Nero. Oh, and I was told to tell you that Jessie expects a full report as soon as it's convenient. And by that she generally means now. Yeah, hey there, Alpha. Yep, we'll meet you there. Let's go ahead and make our way back to Rhalgr's Reach. So we leave the Yawn for a while for 2 more patches. And then in 4.4 we're going to go ahead and deal with Omega's final 4 challengers. And perhaps including Omega himself. But we'll see what happens when another 2 patches go by. But yeah, once we get all this done, we will then bring this stream to a close. Because we have succeeded in our objective of getting all 4 of the second round of Omega completed. So let's get a move on and get over to Jesse to this challenge.
Corinne, I was told you made it out of the hole, but nothing beats seeing you with my own 2 eyes. In case you're wondering, Nero was taken straight to the infirmary. The chief should be back soon with news if you don't mind waiting.
Not at all. So as some time passes... Hey there, Sid.
Chief, how is he?
Not good. It seems one of Omega's nastier minions paid him a visit in our absence. He's putting on a brave face, but having seen his injuries, I'm surprised he kept going for as long as he did. The Convergence confined him to bed. Even should Omega extend its next invitation, Nero won't be coming with us. Yeah, that won't do. Midgard Sumir is taking a lengthy nap now, isn't he? And it won't be long before our base camp is lost to the rift again.
When the time comes, I'll join the expedition myself. The challenges will only get harder and you'll need someone reliable at your back.
Yeah, this is the time where you're going to prove yourself, Jesse? Instead of just being a woman of words? I appreciate the offer, Jesse, and I may yet take you up on it when the time comes. But let's not make any decisions just yet. I have a lot of thinking to do about what's happened and about what lies ahead. Because yeah, you also have to be back in patch 4.3 for the next 24-man raid. Yeah, poor little Alpha.
Poor thing, he seems worried.
Yeah, what would we say? Thank you for trying to save me, or don't worry, we'll get Omega in the end. Well, in this case, gratitude, I think, is more appreciated here. Yeah, get that little perky smile back. Well, that got a smile out of him. We may not understand what he says, but I think we can understand how he feels. And so, right, as much as I like to stay in chat, we all have work to do. Sooner or later, we're going to have to face Omega itself, and we've all seen what it's capable of. We need to be stronger, and need to be ready when Omega calls on us again. Let's make sure that we are. Indeed. And so, off goes Sid to do what he needs to do, and we'll take our final reward for completing the Omega set of 4 challenges for the second round of 6,000 gil. Stand strong and unified. And so there we go. That's all taken care of, and that means we are done here at Rhalgr's Reach, and that means we're also done with this evening's stream. And so I'm glad you guys were able to join us for the experience here at Omega 5 through 8. And so as far as story content is concerned, we are pretty much done now until patch 4.3 comes out later this spring. But of course, there are still special events coming up, such as Little Ladies Day, the game's take on the beginning of spring, as well as Hatching Tide, the game's take on the start of Easter. So there are still things to look forward to. This has certainly been one of the busiest times in Final Fantasy XIV for quite some time. There's been a lot for people to do, and we're definitely taking advantage of it. And I'm glad to be continuing to share the experience with all of you guys as we continue to prepare ourselves for the dangers that lie ahead. Plus, it won't be much longer before we officially hit a significant milestone in the storyline and as far as this game is concerned, because if I've been counting correctly, when we get all this done, we'll have recorded over 460 Let's Play episodes. Which means by the time the end of Stormblood comes around, we could very well be reaching the 500th episode of Let's Play content. So we have certainly done a lot in this game. We've covered a lot of ground, experienced a lot of things, and I'm glad that you guys have been with me, and we'll be definitely looking forward to that. Plus, of course, we also have Hildebrand to look forward to, because his presence has not been introduced yet, but it will be before patch 4.3 is released, as far as I know. So hopefully by that time we'll be getting to experience more with we'll be experiencing more with Inspector Hildebrand too. So still lots of content here in Stormblood to look forward to, and it could all be done by the time we get to episode number 500 overall for the Final Fantasy XIV Let's Play. So that is going to do it for tonight's edition of Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV Stormblood Live, and I'll look forward to seeing you guys with the next new content of Final Fantasy XIV with Little Ladies Day coming out hopefully next month. And tomorrow we will be getting back to the continuation of Let's Play Skyrim Live. Because yeah, it's time we got back to that too, and I look forward to seeing you guys all then. So thank you very much everyone for watching, and as this guy gets in the way of my shot, until next time everyone, this is Matthew at Novaura Autism saying take care, and I'll see you soon.